Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. You know that little knot of anxiety you get when you think about your online security? Yeah, we've all been there. Today we're going to untangle that. We're going to turn that worry into a few simple, really powerful steps you can take, like right now, to protect your digital life. So, let's just dive right in. Being online is dangerous. You will be left exposed. Man, that feeling of being exposed, that just hits the nail on the head, right? It perfectly describes how vulnerable we can all feel online. But here's the good news, you are not powerless. Not at all. So let's start building up those safeguards that are going to protect you. All right, so let's get real for a second about why this stuff actually matters. This isn't just some vague threat out in the ether. The risks are super real, they're personal, and believe me, they can hit very close to home. And this is where the danger stops being theoretical and starts getting, real. Like the source material points out, a weak password isn't just a tech oopsie. It is a direct key to your bank account. It's literally a straight line from a couple of poorly chosen letters and numbers to some very, very real financial pain. And you know what? It's not even just about the money. A breach is not worth the stress. That quote says it all. The emotional toll of a breach, that stress, that feeling of being violated, and just the sheer time it takes to clean up the mess, it's absolutely immense. That's a huge price to pay for what feels like a tiny little oversight. So, where do we even start building our defense? Well, we start with the first and honestly the most fundamental shield you've got, your password. I want you to think of it like the front door to your digital house. Let's make sure that thing has a seriously strong lock on it. Okay, be honest with yourself for a second. Is your password really strong? I'm talking about your main email password, your banking password. Is it actually strong? Or is it maybe your dog's name from 10 years ago with a 1 tacked on the end? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at what strong actually means. Yeah, the difference here is night and day. Moving from that column on the left to the one on the right is basically like trading a flimsy screen door for a reinforced bank vault. It's that big of a deal. Every single extra character, every symbol you add, makes it exponentially harder for some program to guess. We're talking about increasing the time it would take from just a few minutes to, like, centuries. So here it is. This is your action plan. First, don't just make it complex, make it long. Seriously, think about using a short, memorable phrase instead of a single word. And those last 2 points, they are totally non-negotiable. A password you write down on a sticky note, it can be found. A password you share with a friend, well, it's not a secret anymore, is it? You are the only person who should ever know it.
Because at the end of the day, that's what a password is. It's a secret. It's a piece of information that should exist only in your head, meant for you and you alone.
Okay, so once that front door is secure, it's time to add a second guard. This is where multi-factor authentication, or MFA, comes into play. You could think of it as your password calling for backup just in case.
So what is this thing? At its core, MFA is just an extra layer of security. It's an extra check that, as the source puts it so perfectly, keeps bad people away. It's that simple. So even if a thief manages to steal your password, they're still stopped dead in their tracks. Why? Because they don't have that second piece of the puzzle, the unique temporary code that's on your device.
Now, you might look at these steps and think, oh, that seems complicated. But I promise you, in practice, it is incredibly simple. The whole process takes just a few seconds. You're just proving that you have your phone with you. It is one of the single biggest security upgrades you can possibly make, and it only costs you a few extra seconds when you log in. Totally worth it.
And that is exactly why MFA is so powerful. It combines something you know, that's your password, with something you have, that's your phone. That combination is what proves it's really you, and you alone, sitting at the keyboard.
All right, so we've covered the how, strong passwords, MFA, but now let's zoom out for a minute and talk about the why. Because all of this, it's really in service of one core principle, the incredible value of your personal privacy. And this right here, this is the ultimate takeaway. Privacy is worth more than gold. Just think about that for a second. Gold, it can be valued, it can even be replaced. But your personal information, your actual identity, once that's compromised, it is so difficult to get back. In that sense, yeah, your privacy is way more precious. Look, we live in a world where data is constantly being bought and sold. It's a commodity. So we have to be the ones who draw a line in the sand and decide that our personal information is not for sale. It's not a product. It's the very essence of our digital identity, and it deserves to be treated as absolutely priceless. So I'll leave you with this question.
After everything we've talked about, the risks, the solutions, what is your information worth to you? Is it worth the few minutes it's going to take to create a truly strong password and turn on MFA? I think you know the answer. Your digital self will definitely thank you for it.